Hey Internet, Eric here. If you watch my videos in succession from when I release them, you may have noticed I try to upload a video or two a week, and I haven't done one in about 2 weeks. And I'm going to explain that in tonight's episode of MasterShit Theater. If you're wondering what the hell MasterShit Theater is, I do have a playlist of it. But MasterShit Theater is where I tell old stories of things that have happened to me, be it funny, be it not so funny at the time, but now looking back on it, it's funny. Just random stuff that I feel like talking about. And the reason why in tonight's episode of MasterShit Theater, why I haven't uploaded anything in nearly 2 weeks, is because I've been dealing with a fucking kidney stone. Yeah. As of this recording, today is it's Thursday, February 9th. And so a week ago from Monday is when it happened. Now, I wake up at like let's just say 4:15 in the morning, go to the bathroom, do my business, and I come back, lay back in bed, and then within 10 minutes, I get back up, thinking I have to go to the bathroom again, and I got this excruciating pain in my lower right side. And at first, I thought maybe I pulled a back muscle. Because me and my wife finally entered, the fucking 21st century. And we got ourselves, flat screen TV, 32-inch something. Nothing special, but only like 18 pounds. Because, I got a Blu-ray player and it wouldn't hook up right because it was an old TV and no HDMI cable and blah, blah, blah. So we get the new TV. And, well, first we got to get rid of the old TV. And for you youngsters, TVs, let me see if I can carry this. TVs used to look like this. If I can do it on screen properly. It used to be these big fucking things. There we go. Well, you get the picture. Huge like that. Big. See? Trying to get what I can, holding my fucking iPad. But yeah. Big like this. Heavy as shit. And had to get rid of the old TV. So I had to lift it up off of where it was, take it, out onto our porch area where it's sitting for the rest of my fucking life. I don't care. So I thought I tweaked my back because the week before I left feeling a little nauseous and sore in my back. So I thought this was just maybe an offset of that. But eventually I started sweating. And I was screaming like a little bitch. Went back in bed. Got back up. My wife comes and checks on me. I'm laying on the couch. I got a gallon, a tub of icy hot rubbed into my fucking back. Not working. I'm swearing. Trying to walk it off. Ice pack, those little frozen packs that you put in the freezer for like your lunches. I got that on me. I got the heating pad on me, and nothing's working. But again, I just think it's a fucking muscle strain or something. So I text my boss at 4:30 in the morning, and I'm one of these guys that never takes time off, so he knows it's pretty serious. For me to take time off, I say, I hurt my back's muscles are killing me. I'm going to go to the doctor. And eventually, I don't know what time it was in the morning. I get up. And I'm throwing up in the bathroom. And it's on the walls and on the floors and in the toilet. And it's just disgusting. So I'm laying there while cleaning everything. And just dealing with this fucking pain. And again, I still think it's a muscle problem. But there's something in the back of my mind that it's got to be something more. Because I'm vomiting. And I'm not a puker. But again, I get up. And I'm just dealing with the pain as much as I can. And eventually, I finally lay down in our bed. My wife is up with our daughter. And I'm literally laying sprawled across, both sides of the bed. I finally get into a position where I think it's comfortable. I think I just fall asleep because I just passed out from the pain. My wife calls our local medical center. It's not the hospital. And well, she sets up an appointment because I think it's just a fucking back problem. And this is like, I don't know, 9:30, 10 in the morning. They can't get me until like 3, 10 in the afternoon. But I'm laying there, she's like, Eric, blah, blah, blah. They can't get you in at this time. And I'm just laying there. I don't care. I'll take it. She's also on Facebook, talking to her groups, saying my symptoms. And they're saying get to the emergency room because they think it's something else. Within 20 minutes, I tell my wife, we got to go. So I'm trying to get dressed. We're trying to get our daughter dressed, and our daughter, love her to death. She's 4 years old, so she's asking what's going on. And I'm trying to not be mean and yell at her because I'm dealing with this pain, and I want to get to the emergency room as quick as possible. So we get there, and, I'm still, I fill out all the forms. They sent me, well, thank God I'm only in the emergency room, the waiting room, for like 5 minutes. They come and get me. And I get my gown on, which I don't know how to fucking put on, so I gotta get help. They get all my info, and they finally hooked me up with some good drugs. And I think it was like Dilaudid, whatever it was a good painkiller. It took my mind off everything. Doctor comes in, he says, I think you have a kidney stone. And we're gonna take you for some tests, blah, blah, blah. Whatever you do, don't eat or drink anything until we know what the problem is. So here's the deal, just so you know, I don't get to, we don't know what the deal is. We don't know surgery-wise or anything. So I don't get to eat or drink until, we'll say, 7 o'clock that night. Yeah, I'm drinking water, not beer in one of my videos. Go figure, yeah. So I get my CAT scan, I get my blood test and all this, and they come back and they say, Eric, you have a 10 millimeter kidney stone. I'm like, wow, what's the average size? And they say, the average size is 2 to 3. Fuck. So, now what? Well, they give me to my own hospital room because they say they're going to admit me for, not pain tolerance, but just so they can, keep my pain under observation or under control. So I'm hooked up to a fucking IV. My arm's still fucking sore from that damn thing. Hooked up to an IV on this arm. Hooked up to a breathing machine on this arm where the thing's on my fucking finger, so I'm like this. Doctor comes in, the urologist, because they had to call him. And he says, okay, we're going to admit you, and we're going to have to put a stent in. And I said, okay, what's that? He's like, think of a stent. It's a balloon. It's like a giant cord. And they put it through the ureteral tube to open up my tube that is blocked. Because think of it like this: you got your kidney, and you got 2 ureteral tubes. And this is just my understanding. I'm no fucking doctor. 2 ureteral tubes where the urine and all that shit that comes out of your kidney and goes into your bladder. This fucker was so big it was blocking completely my ureteral tube on my right kidney. So I was working with just a left kidney at the time. And he says, okay, we're going to go in, think of it as a balloon, we're going to, blow it up, or a balloon or a string, something like that, or a spring. Blow it up, we're going to open up your tube so we can get everything flowing properly. All right, that's fine, cool. I'm thinking it's going to be, he cut me open and everything. I'm like, okay, doc, where's it going to go in? Well, we're going to go in through your penis. What? We're going to go in through your penis and with a camera and this and that and get it in there. I'm like, why would you go through there? And they say, because it's the less invasive reason or less invasive way. That way we don't have to cut you open. I'm like, hey, you're the doc, whatever you need to do. And then as he walks away, I say, I wish he was going to fucking cut me open. So now I can at least eat. My sister is nice. My sister and my brother-in-law, they bring me, Chinese food. Because I was fucking hungry. Because I hadn't had anything to fucking eat all day. I was able to finally eat like a couple egg rolls. But again, with this being hooked up like this and this being, hooked to a machine like this, I could barely move. And I'm a left-hander, so it was just a pain in the fucking ass. So eventually I said, fuck it, and put the stuff in the fridge. So, now, God, I'm sitting there, and it's Monday night, And the fucking thing isn't scheduled till Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. And I'm constantly having to go to the bathroom because of the fucking IV and the saline and the drips and all this shit that I'm hooked up to. And I'm asking, how do I, go to the bathroom? And they say, well, we want you to strain it. So they give me this big fucking, it looks like a fucking, juice jug or milk jug that I got to piss in with a strainer. So I tried without getting out of bed for, holding it like this. And I'm like, this is going to take me 20 goddamn minutes. Because, it's painful and this and that. So I go in the bathroom and I do it and I try to strain it and it's just weird. And I'm going back and forth with the pain and stuff like that. So Tuesday, well, first off, they hook me up to these things on my legs, and they're kind of like the things that take your blood pressure, and it's to keep blood flowing since I'm in the bed all day and prevent clots. And it was actually really comfortable. So I'm like, great, I'm stuck in this fucking bed until 5:30 the next day. What do I do? So at least I got to watch fucking wrestling when the drugs weren't knocking me out. I wake up and it's Nickelodeon. I'm waking up every fucking hour because the nurses are checking on me, and I just can't fucking sleep because I'm on my back, and I'm a person who sleeps on their stomach. So I'm waking up, at least Friends is on TV, fucking George Lopez, Fresh Prince, Married with Children. So at least I'm fucking entertained, because then the next day I'm watching like Back to the Future 1 and 2, and then fucking Forrest Gump is on when I get out of the surgery. So at least I'm fucking entertained. Tuesday I'm waiting for, it's 5:30. I'm like, okay, we're finally gonna take you in. All right, let's go. So I've done Wikipedia on all this, and there's different types of ways for this surgery, and one of the things that they tell you to do, or they tell you that's going to happen when they do this, is they're going to, numb you up or whatever, and you're going to be awake when they do this. I don't want to be awake when someone's putting some camera and stent in my dick hole. Trust me. And I don't think anyone else wants to be either. So when I finally get down to the prep room, they say drop trowel, I'm all completely nude under it except for my socks. And I said, okay, what is the process? Are you going to, anesthesia-wise? He says, oh, don't worry, we'll knock you out. And I said, thank you, Jesus, that you're knocking me out. So that's the best, that's the best thing that could come out of this. They wheel me in there, and everyone's being nice. Everyone's, keeping my spirits up. We're all giving each other shit. It's great. And I remember scooting from the bed to the operating table, and then I am out like a fucking light. And when I wake up, I'm wheeled back into the room where I was, and I have to take a piss, so I go into the bathroom, and I have a fucking string hanging out of my dick. Literally, it's like this long, hanging out of me. And that's the stent. That's the end of the stent. So now, basically, they let me home. They dismissed me on Wednesday because they want to do pain moderation again. Because there was one time when the pain was back again, and they couldn't give me any medication, because it hadn't been the 2-hour span. So they threw some hot blankets on it, which worked. But Wednesday, they say you can go home. And I didn't get out of there till like 1:30 or 1. Well, we'll say 12:30 because I had to go get my medication and stuff like that. And it was just it was, how do I say this? The Wednesday I just wanted to go the fuck home. And every time they kept checking on me, I'm just like, do you know when we're gonna dismiss me? No, we don't. Which is like every fucking hospital. And they had a college student in training, messing with me. Not messing with me, but taking my vitals and stuff like that, which I was cool with. It's just, he was just taking a little longer. I wanted him to get out. So they're pulling everything out. Not everything. They're pulling, taking this off me, they took the fucking IV out of me, and they put, the Band-Aid on. Like, okay, you can go home. They give me my clothes and get ready to change. And of course, what happens as I'm taking my gown off, I'm fucking bleeding everywhere. Gotta cover up, and they give me some gauze, and yeah. What else can go fucking wrong? But I'm going home. That's all that fucking matters. So, I go home, I go to the drugstore, get my drugs. I'm on a antibiotic, which I finished. I'm on Norco for pain, which I pretty much don't really take until I really, really need it. And I'm on something called Flomax, which is basically, it helps everything flow properly when you're dealing with kidney stones. So I'm home. And now today it's been, my week follow-up with the urologist. And I thought I was going to go in and have them crush the stone so I can fucking pass the thing. Because I got home Wednesday. He said no restrictions. I could have gone to work that Thursday. I called my boss. I said I'm going to take Thursday off so I can get used to the medication. Fine. I went to work Friday and it didn't kill me, but it was tough. I mean, because when you're like sitting down now, or if I'm laying down, I have no pressure. It doesn't hurt. I don't feel like I have to go to the bathroom. But once I'm going to stand up, and it didn't feel that way so much when I was over there, showing the TV. But when I'm constantly standing up and you have like gravity and no pressure and everything, on my body, the constant feel to piss is always there. And it does hurt when I urinate because, you got the kidney draining and it's coming out of me, through the stent. And it's not like excruciating pain, but it's kind of like a mild burning. Kind of like, think of it, if you're a guy watching this, think of it like when your foot falls asleep and you get that tingling back that sometimes you don't like. Think of your dick falling asleep and then you're pissing. So it doesn't hurt, but you don't want this to happen. So that's what happens. And then at work, I constantly have that feeling where I have to go to the bathroom. So I'm in the bathroom every 20 goddamn minutes, and most of the time, it's just little dribbles. And that's what hurts the most, The little stuff that comes out. If it's, fire hose after drinking 4 of these, totally fine, really. It's just the little bit that's coming out. And that's what fucking hurts. Make your toes, curl and your butt clench. That type of fucking pain. So I'm working for a few days. Like I said, it's sore when I'm at work, but when I get home and I'm relaxing, everything's all copacetic. Today I go to my urologist for the follow-up at the medical center, thinking the stone's gonna get crushed so I can fucking pass this fucker. And no, I take a piss test and an X-ray, and I'm thinking, doctor's talking to me, and I'm asking him, so are we gonna crush it today? He's like, oh, we're not gonna crush it today. This is a full anesthetic. No. I'm like, what? He's like, no, we're gonna set up an appointment. You're gonna go to another building and get it done. I'm like, fuck. Because he showed me the X-ray and he says, yeah, the stone's there, hasn't moved. No fucking shit, it's 10 millimeter stone. I'm not gonna pass the thing. You told me that in the hospital. And something's going on upstairs, so I'll make this quick. And the doctor's real nice. I don't know if me and my wife just misinterpreted when he was going to crush the stone or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, so they're not going to crush it yet. They're not going to crush it until March 1st. Today's February 9th. Yeah. So basically, internet, that's where I've been for the last 2 weeks. Dealing with a 10 millimeter kidney stone and a fucking pull cord hanging out of my dick. Yeah. I pray that no one ever... Well, maybe a couple people. I pray that other than those, that no one actually has to go through this, because it was the most excruciating pain in my life. And a lot of people say for guys, it's the equivalent of giving birth. And god damn it, I believe that. Once again, women, you have my sympathies for all this childbirth stuff. I never want this to ever happen again in my life. But yeah, so that's the end of MasterShit Theater. Not a happy episode so much like it was, the other previous episodes. If you want to see the previous episodes, there's one where I thought I saw Jesus at a restaurant who turned out to be a vampire. There's the one where I got lost in Chicago for work. And there's another one where I have a drunk girl getting dumped on me on the way to a party, and then the next day we go try to find a church to get married at. Not me and the drunk girl, but me and my wife. Like I said, check out the videos in the playlist under MasterShit Theater. But yeah, that's where I've been, Internet. I thought, I'm not going to do a video until I feel better, I get off the Norco, which, like I said, I haven't been taking very much. But I'm not going to wait another fucking 2.5 weeks to do a video. So I'm still going to do movie reviews, still going to talk shit, cartoon commentaries, whatever. I'm back, whether you like it or not. So, yeah. Fuck kidney stones. Fuck stents. Fuck dick pull cords. Fuck my life. Cheers.